Aberystwyth, on the edge of Cardigan Bay, where black sands meet turquoise waters. It's usually wild, wet and windy, but not today. So I invite you to explore with me, and we'll visit the old castle, ride the cliff railway, sounds like it wants to break, stroll both beaches, walk the historic promenade, and I'll share a few stories along the way. Hi guys, today we're going to be exploring the stunning Aberystwyth. Yes, that's actually how you pronounce it as a local, or its nickname Aber. It's situated on Cardigan Bay on the west coast of Wales, and it's been a popular town with holidaymakers and day trippers since the 19th century. Aberystwyth is famous for its sweeping promenade, its crescent-shaped beach, its Victorian architecture and also its rich cultural heritage. It's also home to Wales's first university, a striking castle ruin, the UK's longest cliff railway and loads more, so make sure to stick around to the end because you're not going to want to miss what I've got to show you. Aberystwyth is also known for its dramatic weather and its strong winds like today. The locals say if you're not fighting the weather, you're not outside in Aberystwyth. If you love seaside towns, quirky facts and calm walking tours, then why not subscribe? I upload every week and I'd really appreciate your support. Now if you're wondering how to get here, you can come by train, with the train station about a 7-minute walk away. You can catch it from several major transport hubs like Manchester, Birmingham and Cardiff. And if you're coming by car, there's tons of on-street parking where you can park for about 4 hours. Now South Beach here is actually on the quieter side of town and further away from the action. It's also dog friendly all year round. The town has two beaches, as I was saying. We're currently on South Beach, which is a bit more quiet and tucked behind the castle ruins. It has a mixture of this black sand and pebbles here, and it's more popular with paddleboarders and dog owners. North Beach sits right in front of the town's iconic promenade, and it's also where you'll find the famous Royal Pier. It's mostly shingle and stone with patches of sand revealed at low tide, and it's actually a favourite for locals and visitors. I also read you can see the most amazing sunsets here because Cardigan Bay faces west. Look at the sea today guys, it's beautiful turquoise, it's absolutely gorgeous. Now these sands here, as you can see, are black, unlike a lot of Wales where it's like beautifully golden. The sand here is actually black and it reminds me of places like Lanzarote and the Canary Islands. But the difference is there is it's black because of volcano activity, whereas here it's because of the different mineral deposits. It's still beautiful though. I love the black sand against turquoise waters. I think it's really striking. Now unfortunately this year South Beach actually lost its blue flag status, but it still has a Seaside award, so it's generally safe to swim, and both beaches are actually lifeguarded during the summer months. This, guys, is the incredible Aberystwyth Castle. The original one was built about a mile away from here in 1110. This one here was originally a timber structure and then later built with stone that you see here today in the late 1200s by King Edward I. This is the fella that was responsible for a large number of the castles you'll find in Wales. He actually built 17 of them. And a fun fact for you is Wales is actually the country with the most castles in the whole of Europe, with over 600. This castle has changed hands numerous times over the years as the Welsh and the English fought it out to gain control of Wales. Today it's just ruins that you see here and there's not much of it left, but it's a great place to bring a picnic or just take in this incredible sea views and imagine you're in Game of Thrones or something. By the way, it's also free to come on here and it's also wheelchair accessible. Legend says the castle is haunted, though to be fair, it was probably just a uni student in a hoodie at 3 AM. I have a really funny story from here actually. In 2022, a plaque appeared on a memorial bench somewhere on these grounds. The plaque caused quite a stir amongst the local community. It was in remembrance of a man named Hugh Davis and his hatred for the local seagulls. It simply read, "In loving memory of Hugh Davis. He used to sit here and shout F off at the seagulls." Apparently the council didn't see the funny side and the officials had it removed. I think that is hilarious and it perfectly symbolises the British humour. The council should lighten up because Hugh Davis sounds like he was the right character. Up here really does give you the most incredible vantage point just over like all of Aberystwyth. You've got South Beach over there. And then you can see North Beach. And the Promenade, which we're going to go on shortly. And the pier as well. And also an amazing vantage point of the old college. This is just the most amazing place for a picnic. Just taking in the views. I could literally sit here at one of these benches for absolutely hours. And on the castle grounds, you'll find this really cool vantage point, which points you in the direction of where everything is. So you have Cardiff over this way, and Pendennis. Newquay over there, which is where you can do all your dolphin watching. It's about 51 minutes away. I actually did that dolphin watching a few years back and I highly recommend it. It was incredible. You can even rent a private charter as well. You've got Cardigan Bay, Dublin over this way, and over there is Snowdon and Barmouth. Again, if you haven't been to Barmouth, that's also an incredible place. I highly recommend you go, and I'll definitely be reviewing that in a later video. Now, the Aberystwyth Promenade is about 2 miles long, and legend has it, if you walk the whole thing and kick the bar at the end, you'll have good luck. And if you don't, you'll have terrible weather for the duration of your stay. If you do happen to get bad weather, you can always pop into the pier if the weather turns, and you can try and wait it out. But if the rain or the wind doesn't stop, then congratulations, you're in Wales. We're okay weather-wise today, it's absolutely gorgeous. But if you are planning on staying for a while, there are 4 holiday parks close by. There's Claret Bay, Aber Bay, Aberystwyth Holiday Village and Ocean View Holiday Park, as well as some chain hotels that are pretty cheap to stay in. You're looking at upwards of about £60 a night, which I don't think is too bad. Like a lot of UK seasides, Aber has been hit by underinvestment for decades and basically it's been left to rot. But now the council's been revamping it. The Promenade is getting a £10.8 million investment funded by the government. They've installed some new lights and they've also put in this slate poem which is meant to celebrate the town's deep connection with the sea, history and community spirit. So this is the old college coming up. There's been £43 million being spent into restoring this gothic looking beauty that looks something straight out of a Harry Potter movie. It's a stunning Victorian university building which was home to the first University of Wales. It was gutted by a fire which killed 3 people in 1885. I've read that they're developing it into a 4-star hotel. It's going to have beautiful sea views and they're also developing it into a youth centre and a museum as well. That should be amazing when it's done. It's a bit of an eyesore at the moment, but it's going to be gorgeous when it's finished. The Royal Pier here was actually the first pier in Wales. It opened in 1865 and originally measured 794 feet, and over the years it suffered significant and continuous storm damage to the point now where it's significantly shorter at 299 feet. It opened on Good Friday, the same day as the railway station. You can just imagine how it would have looked seeing all these people descend en masse to Aberystwyth in their Victorian clothes. Today it's just your typical British pier and you can play on the arcades, grab a cheap pint at the pub which is called Inn on the Pier, and the Inn on the Pier has a really rustic feel to it. It's got rusty rivets in the ceilings. I'm not sure if they're the real deal or not, or if they're just part of the decor. If you know, let me know in the comments. There's also a fish and chip shop, and upstairs there's a bar and nightclub and some other seating here as well. It's called the Pier Garden. You can just imagine sitting out here with a pint, a bag of fish and chips. I don't think there's a better way to spend the day. And talking about fish and chips, the best rated fish and chip shop near the seafront is right close to the pier. It's called the Chip Box 4. I'll show you that in a second. The pier here really is the epitome of the old British seaside culture. It's slightly battered, but I feel like it's really nostalgic. The views are incredible. You get a really great vantage point over the promenade from here. It's absolutely gorgeous. What a place. we end up ordering a Royal Fish and Chips instead on the pier because the one I recommended actually only takes cash. So a cod will set you back £7.95, a mini cod £5.95, small chips £3.50, large £4.80. These took about 10 to 15 minutes to come through and they are steaming hot and they're actually really fluffy, really golden and really nice. And they come with this lovely curry sauce as well. I've just smashed this bag of chips, but it's defeating me. I can't eat any more. There's still quite a lot left. It's such an amazing value for what you get. I highly recommend the place. If you're coming to Aberystwyth, go to the chippy on the pier. Aberystwyth town is just up there. So you'll find lots of independent shops up there as well. Honestly, this place has been nothing short of surprising. It's incredible. I highly recommend you come. The town isn't short on awesome places to eat and drink either. There's a ton of pubs and restaurants and cocktail bars within a short walk of the seafront, and the majority of them are really highly rated with around 4.5 stars. If you look to the right, you can see all these beautiful coloured houses. They're all different colours. Pinks, blues, yellows. I really love the colour of them. I think they're the Georgian era, I'm not sure. Apparently they were originally lime washed but were later painted these bright colours as it's supposed to have links to prosperity or something. Let me know in the comments if that's true or not. Now quite a few of them here are actually guest houses now, and I think some of them might be student accommodation as well. Some of them do look a little bit worse for wear though, to be fair. They're in need of some TLC. Aber's getting quite busy now, guys. The beach is pretty quiet though. Got some street food van here on your right hand side. Some teas and coffees, lamb curries, crispy duck salads. There's a sand pit here as well on the left hand side for the kids. Even though they've got a beach to play on, I don't know why they need a sand pit right off the beach. That's pretty funny. And then you got this Bellevue Royal Hotel on the right hand side. It looks like it's closed down. It's all dilapidated. It looks like it's in a bit of a bad way. It's a shame to see these beautiful houses, these beautiful historic buildings with so much character just fall into disrepair. Such a shame. You really do get the most incredible view of Constitution Hill and the old cliff railway there. We're going to head there in just a second. And just over there across the roadway you can buy all your beach goods, your buckets and spades, inflatables, everything you can need. And next door to it, the Baravin. Apparently that's a really highly rated restaurant here. They sell really good pizzas and pastas there, so you might want to check that out if you fancy it when you come. This is the bandstand in Aberystwyth as well. Apparently it's like a community space. I think you can rent it out and do things with it. I'm not sure what. It's got great sea views in there though as well. So this is the end of the promenade. And up here is the bar that you're supposedly supposed to kick to bring you good luck. You also get a fantastic view of the cliff railway here as well. So up there's the cliff railway, guys. You got steps or a ramp. We're going to go up there now and have a look up Constitution Hill. So just up there is Constitution Hill, and if your legs are feeling energetic, you can either hike it, good luck to you, or you can catch the cliff railway. It's a Victorian funicular built in 1896, and it's actually the longest cliff railway in Britain. It will take you up to the top of the hill and you can enjoy panoramic views of Cardigan Bay. Let's go check it out. And just here, you can either walk to it from the promenade, or on the left hand side, there's some private parking for customers only. Look at these amazing photos of the old Aberystwyth, guys. Absolutely brilliant. An adult is £7.50, a child is £6.50. Oh, a return is £8.50, a child £7.50. Disabled and carers are £4.50. A family, 2 adults and 1 child, is £18. Sounds like it wants to break. Imagine if the cable just snaps you and went flying down. So up here, guys, is Constitution Hill, and wow, just look at the view. It really is something else. I'm absolutely speechless. I saw images online, but nothing actually prepares for you seeing it in person. It's absolutely incredible. You can see the curve of Cardigan Bay over there, which looks out to the Irish Sea for absolutely miles. And in fact, on a very clear day, you might be able to see Ireland if you're really lucky. It's absolutely extraordinary up here. I'm blown away. Now looking inland away from the sea, you get a rolling landscape of green hills and rugged peaks, and that's the start of the Cambrian Mountains. They're sometimes called the Green Desert of Wales because they're so wild, remote and empty, and you really do get a feel of how isolated Aberystwyth must have been before the railway came. It's absolutely remarkable. And then to the left, you can see Barmouth over there and Borth, and I don't know if the camera picks it up, but there's two twin peaks, and that's actually Snowdon. Absolutely beautiful. I can't get over this place. In front of us is the world's biggest camera obscura. If you don't know what a camera obscura is, it's an early form of an optical device that projects an image of the outside world onto a surface inside a darkened room or box. It's essentially a precursor to the modern day camera, and actually how the human eye functions as well. I think that's pretty damn cool. It was built in 1985 to replace an older one that was created in 1880. And just down there is a cafe. If you've never been to Aberystwyth, you need to come. It has blown my mind. I'm definitely going to come back. What a day.